I'm live. I'm live. Repeat, I am live. Also set back up the chat. Dock in the corner. Looks beautiful. Looks good and shiny. Attacking the collection. Tools. Plugin manager. Whatever. Okay. Everything's still fully functional. Now, what I'm planning to do for now is he's told me to do random garbage, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm planning to do, ignorant of where I am currently, because I'm not where I want to be. Because right now I'm in a place to get the navigation disc to over here. What I'm planning to do is I'm planning on moving the generator. Past that, I'm going to check for any emissions. Now, there we go. So, put that. So, you might notice my cursor. Over here, there should be a blue. Like, you see how this says rocket down here? Okay. I'm checking for that right now. So, I'm looking for... Yeah, okay, I'll just do that. I'm looking for a blue reward, and so far, no blue rewards. So, we're just going to go ahead and do the generator. Other than that, I gotta go over to the generator, so I'm just gonna go ahead and speed up that task. Okay. Got the floor, I believe. Okay. So I've got to figure out how to get this generator over there. Ignoring that it's apparently a perpetual motion generator, which... Is that actually, like, supposed to be, like, moved attack, or... No, it's just supposed to be moved. Okay. As long as I don't have to move that entire thing in there. Okay, so... Gonna update the octocycle for its new implement. Well, do I want to add some more? Does look fun. But to be honest, well, yeah, that'd probably be fun. I'm already messing with a lot of garbage right now. And I probably need to improve this in general, including just removing this out, right? Which then means that I could, copy this. Actually, no. I could copy that. Put that, like, here. And then, like, copy this, put it over here. Although, admittedly, if I do it like that, I do lose this, so gotta handle that first. Not that hard. Then you got this guy, which actually, to be honest, I can just do that with. Yeah, ability to kind of do some other stuff too. The main thing that I kind of want to try to get around to, though, is somehow fitting an extension on it. this. Get enough fuel tank on there. And then past that, that should increase these two's compatibility with, like, getting far. Getting the distance quickly. Technically speaking, I mean, the main trouble here well, what was the main trouble? I mean, technically. That should be sufficient to get this set back up. And then once we have that set, we can then try and manipulate the numbers such that this functions again. But I don't know how much I can do. Unless let's see, 45. And then since we have that bin now, we can this kind of reorient it more like that. Which I guess could function, though it is increasing the height extensively. Yet again, I am forced to question how much I really want this spare pair of wheels where it is. Because, like, give it a little bit of free work here. If I took this and made it function, I should be able to in turn do that, which should theoretically stabilize the situation. But by how much? Let's put that there. That's not good. I mean, technically speaking, I could try that, do that. Yeah. Okay. That should function. Barely, but that should function. So that should then open up the space for more things to do, but I don't know how much there is that I would do as far as that goes. Perhaps. Chopping all this off. Oh, let's take a click on that. Woohoo! Wrong buttons galore! Actually. Yeah, no. That doesn't solve anything. And that doesn't extend things out far enough that things can be done. I have to go further. I don't know how much further I really need to go. Yeah. This is... well. Ah. So I at least need better distance. Past that though, should be fine. Technically looks farther. It might be just slightly, but probably fine. And overarchingly should operate better. So should be good. Gonna install a jumper. That was stupid. And technically if I do that, then I can then... install that jumper that I was talking about. Click this in a little bit further ahead. Do some way thing with this thing. Heck, I don't think I even need a jumper. Yeah, no. Way smaller. And then I think, depending on how accurate my calculations are, I might be able to just, well, actually, speaking of, just being able to. I mean, technically I can do that, but I don't really see an advantage in it. Unless... technically... can do that. That's, again, not really an advantage. It's advantageous. gonna go ahead and go back to this. Well, like, I could. Just would need to flip this around. Get that. Boom, works. Ignoring that I could have put it literally anywhere else, but we're not gonna get complicated about things now. Moving on, we then copy this. It's minimum requirement to function. Speaking. Okay. Down. Sideways. I'm pretty sure still need a spacer. This. Hectic mess. Might need to change this for directions. Be fine. Block this. That. That should be able to function. Still probably could put a little bit of distance there by using a half spacer. Let's see. Ooh. What about half and a quarter? That's not a quarter. This is a quarter. We're going like quarters. That's the majority of the problem. Okay. I don't really understand how this works. I think this ain't really not good. I don't know. I don't know. It's an idea, but it's definitely gonna need support. I should avoid changing the controls, should maintain certain implements. Definitely helps me get out of camp. Okay. It's something. Not really my shtick, but that's not really the important part. So, gotta get started on this eventually. Okay, weather balloon. Probably just gonna save this up. So, oh, wait, no. That's ridiculous. There we go. Why? I need to add 2 scribbles. There. Yeah. Technically speaking, if I copy that, put it down here, wouldn't function. I can't make it function at this corner. One, I'd have 2 spots with these 2 ends. Paper compaction always comes with some complications. You know what? Oftentimes, the best solution is admission. So... not good direction. This is. That's where we'll start. So, state affairs here. Sure. And wait, maybe if I copy that, flop it over. There's nothing stopping me from trying to make this work. Technically. Other than common sense. That. Copy that. Knock it. Flip it. Flop it. And, flop those on. Octocycle has been octoed again and is more compact than ever before. Heck, I might just be able to further compact it because of how ridiculous this whole design is. Yep, super compact octocycle. Does it function? Seemingly so. Okay, awesome. Yep. Compact octocycle has been saved. So it's good. Now we get to go to things that actually are going to get some things moving. Of course, it's something outside again. 18 this time. So, current mission objective, pretty simplistic. Do not lose mind. Oh. Now that we're done customizing the octocycle, let's get to customizing the thing. Go. Speaking of which, don't know why those were ever transparent. Can these be transparent? Yeah, it's a pretty good idea to make those transparent just so I can see through them. Well, that's about it. So on that, controls-wise, these are space tip, correct? Yep, okay. Anything else that I'd prefer to do? I could transfer this over to being, yeah, okay. So I can't copy controls for it now. Either way. Okay, that much. Copy what I'm allowed to. Click on that to drop in one of the floating actuator thingamabobs. Maybe a use here, ironically, well for it. Other aspect, but we'll have to see how that goes. What the fuck? Okay. There we go. There we go. That should be operable. Everything should be functional. Other than... well, I think that's actually... Send, enter, shift to track. How about we change that to be a critical, and then let's update our insect. Sad update, mayhaps, I guess, but should be functional update as well. On that, don't really know of anything that I particularly object to. Perhaps I could add some thrusters to add some spare oomph, but that's about it that I can come up with. Other than mayhaps adding in a spare Hyper Baron, but I don't know how much I want to do that. There we go. Should be fine. Got our first back of the stream again. Oh, well, right. First bat of the stream. Looping Craters. Ain't that just a stinking stripper? We got Autobots. The Autobots will be fed well today. Optimus Prime will enjoy his munchie of random kickbots after the stream is over. Seems like I'm going to have to do this the right way and not the quick way. Speaking of which, I'll log in my stuff later. Should really invert that to where enter is close. Okay. Okay. Almost up a hill. Almost up a hill. Almost up a hill. Almost up a hill. Oh dear. And that place. Of course, this is where things get a little bit tricky. There we go. Past that, it says 3 kilometers out. Whatever the crap a kilometer is. Okay. Or flipping, flopping, flopping, flipper crap. I feel like I've done nothing this whole stream. Flipping, flopping, flipper. Okay. Don't know. Yeah. Not good. What's the requirements for where to go? In the direction that I don't know. I feel like the range on the grappling hook may have been nerfed between the last time. Okay, there we go. Between the last time and the most recent time that I have used this. It seems suddenly more prone to being out of range. This makes me wish that I had a grappling hook attachment that could increase the grappling hook range. Use this down to home. Mother. Hello. A bunch of tornadoes in my general jurisdiction. I did a blackboard. Somehow, since I know how things work, I'm going to assume things are about to go wrong. So I'm just gonna let the storm pass. Especially since the storm is coming from where I'm supposed to go. And I really feel like the grappling hook may have been nerfed. That was a flinch. Alright. Definitely nerfed. All roads lead to grappling hook. Definitely got intentionally nerfed so that no roads would lead anywhere. Or every road would lead nowhere. There's not really a good solution to some of these because of their nerf. Why is there a hurricane behind me? I think that from here on, I'm going to have to primarily transport through, a place for apple hooks. This is one of those things where, like, it works. I don't know how, but no, it works. Oh, it's a turbine. Oh, I mean, if there are birds on Mars, they're not gonna be birds for long. First, let's build the stupid power line for a sinking back. Which points? That's short. Okay, so it may be build the power line for sinking buck, but at least it's for a very good buck. Speaking of which, there are apparently other new contracts, including, but not limited to, none of them having blue rewards of bluiness. I don't really like the color blue usually, but in this case it's kind of the point, so things could get a little bit messy here. So out near 500 meters. Why is this game so bad at this? way. Is there like a interception of some kind? Nope. Well, actually, maybe. Yeah, that was a weird geometry trap. Okay, great. Something was going wrong there. Thank you. You picky, stinking pile of dookie. Deliver the turbine blade. This is for, again, just money. At least this part's the simple part. I am aware that it can be used to activate buttons. I do not know how much I care. Killer devices. The insect is a go. I repeat, the insect is a go. 3 contracts in this early. I've got to make sure that I do not overestimate myself. Speaking of overestimating myself, that is a control problem. Those should be in sync with the other grapple hooks. I'm gonna go down the route with being this ridiculous, and I will be this ridiculous practically. So I was supposed to get this outside before. Okay, stupid tick. I understand that I'm missing something. Can also reset this in case Thanks Tornado decides to ruin my day. Keep track of. But where is the ability for this thing to drop? There is one. So, well, yes, technically I can handle this other ways. Really, I effectively need a lockpick, which I can simulate with this, but update insect current structure, then go over here, click on a couple of things so that I can get lock pickiness. I don't know if I really need that, but there. Just want that one end, but you know, make that, and then let's put that on. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to lock pick. so that it will actually work. Aren't you just what you are? Anyway, so. Go. Speaking of which, I forget. Do that. I can. Don't know if I. Yeah, you know what? What the crap? Why not? Is there everything wrong with it? Oh, 100% no. But it will function for long enough. That's really all I need out of it. And it's not like I'm gonna get an optimum solution here. Okay, gotta try not run this storm. Don't think I'm gonna get to. Gonna go ahead and hunker down. There's usually 3 storms at this location. I see 2 of them. The other one is right behind somewhere I am. That's how it tends to happen. You can't see it, it sees you. Just don't know where. Of course, the ability to control the turbine is about the equivalent of attempting to get your flight out the airport or something. Irritating is Kingdom 2 upgrade. I'm actually gonna bet this thing's gonna lift it up like a second, no problem. Did that work as well as it did? Okay, so quite evidently I need to be able to do something to get this there, but less in the way that it is currently. This is trouble. And I'm still gonna lose it this time. by a hair retained within it. Still question the factor that this thing seems to have like a travel route, which I've unfortunately got myself pinned in, but hey, once I get out of, should be fine. Where's my other anchor? That's gonna take me a while to get to. Of course, it dumped me inside. Okay, just gonna go ahead and split the difference. Just go over here. Like, that one has multi-directional. That would have been a perfectly fine crane to operate with, but no. Don't tell me you're gonna ruin my day for the third time today. Seems okay. Gosh. I'm trying to, like, get this thing to the point where, like, it's not stuck underneath the swooping propeller that I should have been able to get over. Yeah, it's definitely got like a cyclic pattern. So effectively just the boss aliens are just random tornadoes. Which I guess is a decision of all time. I mean, that's something that you can choose to do. Sure that tornadoes aren't really, like, friendly to most astronauts. Or astronaut-related paraphernalia, correct? I don't know if they'd exactly express them as entities, though. Or as sentient, that's it. So, that was the mic falling. Can I handle that real quick? I'm just gonna mute the mic while I handle this so it's not like a bunch of crap. That should be secure again. Yeah, that's about as secure as it's gonna get. In fact, I might actually damage the desk if I tighten it any further. Hopefully I'm not damaging the desk now. But the mic actually fell at the desk end, so lost its securement. Sorry about that. I gotta probably mute that also. So glad that that happened in the middle of all this. And forbid it happened during, like, something important. Or something complicated. Unlike this. Which certainly isn't complicated. Of course, Mars Logistics had it where it crossed by a rock. The tornado specifically camps the rock. Are there two tornadoes camping the same rock? Is this actually a team effort just to ensure that this rock is difficult to get past? I can't. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it seems to be a team effort, but thankfully, a little bit of imprecise precision, I'm able to simulate the ability to complete the task. Speaking of, this is where things get complicated far too quickly. Sure. Do not fall, please. Okay. Somehow, redirection is wrong. Everyone. Which of course means I've got to change up what I'm doing. Or try and change up what I need to do. First, wrong direction. so far the wrong direction does not seem to have consequences right now. Gotta go back to this now. I've learned to rely on the fact that I cannot rely on this thing. Thing is the game. Interesting view on physics. Further partition require yes. Further partition is fact required for decent grip. Get right on that. Wait, no. And a white. Not whatsoever. Not all that pressure. Why? This collision state. What the crap is this collision state? There we go. Gosh, the garbage I just went through. Build power line. Get $100. I want to raise to a sinking monster truck or something. Why $100 every time? What's the purpose of this? Okay. 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers. 5 seems to be decent application, I think. Whatever. There you go. Whatever a meter is. Yeah, great thingy, bruh. Of course, I can just direct. You know what? I can play your game. I can also just use... I wonder if I could just connect these two. No. Not allowed, apparently. How does that even occur? Like, what was that supposed to be? There you go, your stupid roller coaster that just instant popped into existence. Okay, so deliver the concrete pipe. Where is that? Whatever. Because we're gonna build a flippin' circus in the middle of a flippin' hurricane heavy zone. Later. I'm getting navigation data. You can go ahead and deliver oxygen tank, deliver monorail, deliver pumpkin, oranges, water pipe. No new items. No new items. No new items. No new missions. Oh wait. Oh, first off. I'm gonna turn off the fan because I don't want to know that's open. Mayhaps that was this. Second off, what the crap? Boys, literally everything, including the fragile navigational information, the size that it is. A lot of this, I feel like they did, and they did not plan. They just sat down and were like, well, what if you had to? Like, I like it somewhat, but this is ridiculous. I have to go clear beyond. No, don't tell me I got this wrong, and you're actually just supposed to. Like, this is where you could, like, reference old tapes and just have it where you press in. I don't think they did that. No. Cause, like, even though tapes didn't used to be this size, and I'm assuming that what it's referring to due to the nature of this. Just in case, let's just try and, like, kick it off. Yeah, this is what's being talked about. This is the contract. This is the contract. Well, I got it off. So, this part, like, what is with this? Everything being this size, including the discs. Looks like it is a disc that is a foot by foot. Like, astronaut stuff is, like, from way back, was, like, super huge to, like, counteract the ability to, like, or more accurately to adjust for the fact that you couldn't really go back for more later. There we go. And of course, I have to figure out how to get out of it here now, when the best form of stability that I've found so far is just make things that are massively, like, wide, and these thinking pillars are really tightly fit together. That's ignoring that this thing really does not like being taken through the donut hole, even though the donut hole is the simplest way to actively occur it, and the only one that's actually able to fit within the actual existent piston systems within this game. Without extending out a further piston or more parts. This should be sufficient to get great results with little chaos. It is your time. Even little chaos is too big. Just gotta mitigate to the maximum degree. Give me a second so that I don't. So that I don't. I don't know what. At this point. Okay. TIE Fighter has crossed the premises. I repeat, TIE Fighter has in fact crossed the premises. And suddenly it is also completely incapable of turning. But, you know what, it's fine. It did its duty. It served its calling. You can rest now. It is the duty of that of which that cannot rest for a while, that must accomplish this task. The insect is, in fact, duty-bound to complete the mission that it has started. Ignorant of personal emotions on such matters. Okay, so far so pretty decent. Let's get to the first one space. Okay. Okay. Yet again, have to probably switch over to the TIE Fighter here. Wait. What is going on? Why is it that the collision is not built to handle collision? What is this? I'm supposed to grab it, but not from the center. Look at this. Goodness, look at all this. Has it stabilized? No, I don't think it can. I think it knows how to go. There we go. This is exactly why I say that the grapple hook suffers from a bad case of bad input sensitization. I was trying to loosen the wire. There. Instead, I ended up removing it. And all that time, slowly pressurizing your grapple hook, and then that's what I got for it. I feel like some nerfage may have occurred behind my back. I may have had some nerfs go off. Which is like a crappy way of handling things. When you have to play Spit and Half, where like you have a decent way of transport versus the other one, and then instead of improving your other forms of transport, you just ruin one of your existing ones that function decently. Instead of buffing, you just nerf. There's a good aspect of my game. I mean, not every nerf's like that, but like at some point you gotta like make things weaker, unfortunately. I don't disagree with that, and I understand that the challenge is supposed to be in transportation slightly, but I gotta be honest, this much is a little bit obnoxious. How do I? Let's get through this. Okay, what do I got here? I'm currently right there. What's it got? Incident of input sanitization. I was trying to sporadically loosen so that it didn't like. Oh, whatever. And again, the range. Like you're gonna. Whatever. Like this would have been a great example of like you could have like nerfed it and it would have been fine. If they had have nerfed it, but instead have had like versions of grappling hooks that just shot straight forward, and then you would have had to like manipulate little arms to actively, like you would have had to manually make this action, but you would have had better range. That would have been a good solution. But instead they just made it worse. And maybe I'm wrong here, maybe I'm like just overestimating this range. I'm not overestimating the range. The range changed between here and now. Or here and then, back when I was like messing with the grappling hook earlier, this range was not accessible because it was too far away. What is going on with this game? Okay, I'm actually gonna pressurize this a little bit, and there we go. There we go. Look at the wheel collision. These two wheels should not be colliding like that, but somehow I don't think it cares really. Actually, no. That's how you transport things in this game. When you get things nerfed to that point, you make do. I see how this game likes to play. Alright. Well, thankfully, past this, I can definitely tell what it wanted me to do from the get-go. I can also tell that it's completely ridiculous for wanting that. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Okay, a few different things to deal with here. First off, all that. Second off, don't want friction in the center. There we go. And should be correct control-wise. Awesome. Now then, next state affairs. Yeah, I think that's fine. Not what I meant. There we go. Control. That is about as good as I think this thing's gonna get. That. Then the rest of this is just straight up right. Which I think this will help with just a little bit here. Okay. Go. Way. There we go. What in the world was that? it put me underneath the flippin' rocket. And because I had the grab hook in, I went back for a grab hook too. Good grab hook, got me out of the danger zone. Rocket launch pad complete. Okay, just stupid question. And I understand that this is not likely to be the case. Was that the last of the vehicular parts? No. I got a needle. In case I wanted to sew something, I guess. The triangular panel 3x. Oh wait, the 2x4. So I got a 2x2, 8x2, I guess. Got a cone. Yeah, I got a 2x2. 8 of them currently. And some rocket thrusters. So wait, you've had this all set up, but because of how you did it, so stupidly. Oh my great gravy. What am I looking at? Sorry. Click your less. I'm pretty sure this isn't even physically capable of reaching the height that, like, my design did. That is ignoring that it is completely useless after one launch. And incredibly difficult to tell where's forward. My design. Where is it? You know what? I'll even add a spur bit for the extra weight, and add in the stupid needle so it's useful at all. Do this. Boom. I'm pretty sure I got higher. And I even refueled. So I can deliver the concrete pipe real quick. You know what? I don't think it's kind of done with those, so I'm gonna go ahead and see about delivering that concrete pipe. I got something useful, because I'm gonna need to, like, get there. Let's reach a median point. Put something in between the median points and delivery points so that I can, like, yeah, that's so great that it's working so well. Not even entertaining that. Yeah. Gotta awkwardly put something in between so that it has line of sight. Let's see. We got here. Also pretty sure, yeah, it's mostly empty because it's stupid. Actually, I could put it over there. Yeah, it's a pretty decent place to put it. Okay. In the clear. Oh, that's in the clear. Let's get over there. No fuel, no problem. I love how the auxiliary thrusters are the ones that produce low amount of thrust over an extensive period. And the primary ones are the ones that just burn out instantly. The way that they've handled this, because of that, one can breach the atmosphere, one cannot. In inverse order. Past that, after this, I guess I can explore. I'm about to hit 2 hours. I want to stop this prior to... whatever. Thank you. So all I need to do here is just hook in with an existing hook. Or I could just use carabiner. I probably want to go ahead and... Did I undo something there? I think I did. Yeah. and save new atrocity. And I gotta be honest here, I need to redesign this. I mean, I could use this too, so it's like proper, but like really what I'm just talking about here is just being a little more practical about it. I mean, there's been a few things where it's like just a little bit further over and over again like that. So hopefully that can help a bit. Extend that out a little bit. Bring out this puppy. Wrap it around. Give it that. And click on this guy. There. Extend it by half. Give her that. Could even be able to float. No. Yeah, it's fun. Just gotta add one last thing before letting this thing go, and that would be yeah, should be fine. I completely forgot that I was planning on making the middle piece a linear actuator. Gotta be honest here, but you're way more. Thank goodness. A sufficient understanding of this. Bullcrap it is. No rewards, no nothing, just random money drops. inside of the stinking scrappy game. No new blueprints, not for a while. Have to finish off all of this thing for that, I'm guessing. Have to earn the ability to earn. Yeah. Heard how YouTube we have. How YouTube does things. We decided to right there. Stinking game. We know you want blueprints and you don't care about money, so we're just going to dump in a bunch of money quests and give you nothing in return. I mean, I could get like another wheel or two because of how much I've been doing. Might help some of the turning situations and all that, but not. I don't care enough to try. Can't find the heart to try. The most disturbing part is that I think that might be part of it. Oh well. It is what it is. But game I'm gonna get uber and completed. Unlike games that I've already dealt with and should have completed by now that I haven't yet. Can we just get questions started so that the stinking situation can be alleviated? I have to stick it in the middle of the sky, don't I? Oh, come on. What is going on here? It's literally fighting the direction that is, like, normal. What force applies in the opposite direction of the way that forces are supposed to apply? Is this like supposed to be some form of rubber banding? I feel like there's a whole lot of bull crap. Okay, first that. That was my fault. Whatever. That was input sensation. And then we got this now. Literally point ones and point twos away from success. Unable to go the one direction that makes sense to go. And almost getting flipped by the concrete block, not wanting to move even though I have it in an anchor. Or not a hit anchor point, actually a hit point. Like it's a hitch. It's in. Whatever, no one cares. think I hit 23. Did I press 23 instead of the second stream instance? It'd be the 23rd stream. Yeah. And this thing, of course, isn't all that bad, actually. That's pretty okay. Wouldn't call it preferable by any means, but A-okay is definitely definition for it. Why does the round point at the end have so much friction? It is not wedged. None of that stuff. This has no excuse for being so strongly planted in the ground. Why is it that this object refuses to just move back a tad? I have a heavy-duty servo pushing it back, and it is not moving. There. I'm just gonna try and solidify it just enough. I can just do this. And exchange it for something with a little bit more stability. So that I can get this done. I may actually have to use something that's not even this. I may have to modify it so that it can fit in the hole, or in the hook. Alright. Again. Oh, maybe it'll work. Thank goodness I trust my guts. Okay, so we've got a few different commands inputs here. Probably want to try and make myself as small as possible to do this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up here, switch to a little atrocity. And then make myself into an even littler atrocity. So there's going to be one of these, unlike the others. That one will be green, and the others will be white. Boop, boop, boop. All of them will be on all. These will be space. Back, close. Space and shift. That's wrong. There. There we go. That seems to have worked just fine. Okay. Okay. Ribbon Rider. I can get a Ribbon Rider. I'm gonna do this one last mission because it should not take extensively long. It is literally just get the Ribbon Rider, which shouldn't even take let's see. Let's just pop one down here, just to as it seems to be 3 poles away, let's just be honest and do it 3 poles away. Okay. That's done. And give me my Ribbon Rider. Instantly popped into existence. Ferris wheel. I see they gave up on introducing transitions. Or yellow glowy stuff. I see that they have now introduced paint to their designs. What are these? We have light torso spring, which is a form of, and a ribbon. Does this have a definition? No. What makes this a ribbon? Great! I got new technology. 2 hours, 11 minutes in. If there's like one other thing that I can do that goes. I mean, at least I can get roads. So I've got roads now. I mean, those two do not look expensively distanced from each other. If I just fast travel over there. Generally speaking, what are we talking about here? 2 kilometers. Yeah, I can do that real quick. Definitely going to switch back over to something that's a little bit more practical for the goal. And... okay. So wait. I can just... if I had line of sight... okay. I'm actually just gonna go the distance, because... not... what am I doing? Yeah, it's something, and I'm guessing, yeah, let's go back to the wall here. See how good this road is. Thanks, buddy, for moving out of the way. Usually I don't like pit drinkers, but today, there's a lot of agitation that he just alleviated, so I'm genuinely grateful. Thanks, best drinker. My flipping... God. This is a road. I should be able to go down. Why wouldn't it be? Oh. Whoever designed the procedural generation of this road, I have concerns. Okay, so just going to, and I understand, it's not something that most people care about. I care about it because I'm going to be sticking my compass on this road, so I would like it to be operational. Not a concern some people seem to have had, but hey. not first place I was trying to get. Trying to go over here, and now I have the tanker thing, so I'm just gonna try this real quick. Let's see. Modified tanker mover isn't modified any. Like, can I, like, you know, go ahead and hit it with the old modifications? Specifically speaking, we are talking. This here. Over in this jurisdiction, I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, okay. Fine. Not the most concerning instance. Where is my grapplers? Grappling hooks. Gonna ensure roll wise, these are all sync up. One. Nah, that still works. Okay. All I need to do is this. The crap? I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Oh, I guess that's actually signal. So there are signals that I can just use. I had no idea. So yeah, that's something, but unfortunately completely useless at this point. I'm pretty sure I'm at the end of the game. So, great job explaining that, guys. I'll knock this down to 1. And, knock this down to 1 as well. That's all. Copy. Paste. Actually, that's supposed to be 2. 2. Just gonna go ahead and click it here, even though this is supposed to be shift. And that's also supposed to be 2. Other than that, I think it's fine. There might be something else that I would usually modify that I can't remember right now, but can't remember it. Maybe the... Yeah, that's something that I might do. It's somewhat impractical. Where is it? But in this case, it might save me time. We're gonna go ahead and mark that as 2. We're gonna have it be... Yeah, it's at 1. So yeah, I can just have it be... Okay. Also, probably could have increased the speed of this whole atrocity, but I'm not gonna pretend like I can reliably do anything. Oh, never mind. I can still technically go for a little bit. I don't know if this is exactly how this was intended to be transported. Doesn't seem to be intended to be transported in this manner. It's extremely concerning, but I think it should function. Weird, yes. Operable, yes. That's what I wanted to add. 2 spare tires. I'm gonna take this one to get roads. This is an advanced civilization to the point where they can literally laser beam down random structures, and it took days to understand how to build a road. So far, yes, got a lot of, concerning structural aspects. Gonna go ahead and do that real quick. That undid a couple minutes of work, which I kind of didn't want to have undone. Really wish I had had a choice. Regard. Why did that go so far? One hit. Moving ice. So glad I didn't choose to close the gap with another road. To be honest, I kinda am at this point. It doesn't seem like it would save all that much time. Okay. More grappling hooks, please! Such a great job. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Whatever. What the? Now I sat down and played. That's the best thing. That, in case some weird physics crap happened. Still have an ability to finish. I feel vindicated. At least I would. If this thing were any less bullcrap whatsoever. Oh. Got. some modifications by actually saving what I did. No, why ever would I do that? That would have made sense, in fact. And I don't do that, apparently. Why didn't I save the changes I made to Stinking Caribou? Why is this the way that this... I feel like this thing is not working with me whatsoever. Crap. Why is it that every single time I take on one spare project, commit? Okay. I'm not even gonna pretend to like be nice about this. I'm just going to use my carabiner. Because my carabiner does the job in a way that their pre-builds just can't. Just like their collision just can't. So awkward. Why are their collisions so useless? I wish I could tell you. I so wish I could. I wish. Oh, this is the state of affairs. How is this the state of... You know what? No, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm not playing this game. You are going to cooperate. And I'm not going to give you a choice on whether or not you cooperate. Anymore. I'm not going to try and make this clean. I'm going to try and make this pretty. Pretty is only an option for looping collision. That's the life of it. You do not do that. So the only thing you do not do reliably, you do not lie. Like the ground does not have traction consistently. What the crap is this? What? So glad this thing has the collision capability. I should not be using words right now, because if I use words... If I use words... If I use any kind of word... Right now... Uh, uh, what the f was that? How? How is it that you ignore so many inputs? And yet seem to pay so much attention to inputs that I don't need. You're bull crappery. I am so done. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. This isn't even a full looping rotation. Wasn't built to handle. Not even a full looping rotation. Fine. If this works, I don't care. Uh, I'm gonna get hooked with it. I want it to be a hook, very specifically. Here, open up. Physics. Useful. Game. Roll a crane. Said pretty board games that work. You don't work, right? You just straight up done. Get your butt over here. It's been 15 minutes I've spent on your collision bullcrap alone. Oh my goodness. It is literally fighting me very directly. I don't care. This is very much a battle. Again, when I am moving it one direction, no friction. When I'm moving it another direction, all friction. This does not have a reliable form of response. Which is supposed to be a stick. I'm so... Gosh, no. Oh, it's open. No, no. I'm not giving you that. There. You're going... How do you perfectly reach a point where you somehow entirely miss the objective? Where is it now? This is where we're pixel perfect. With this game, developers, here, This is where we're pixel perfect. I cannot have that much. Okay, so many others. I've barely gotten in, and I would have made sense there. This is where we need pixel perfection. If this was not pixel perfection, if I did not do that, illusion would have been shattered. Okay, the nature of the game would not have made sense. If I did not nudge it. 5 calibers. Okay? 50 calibers. That is the size of a bullet that goes in a gun. 5. That's less. That is literally a 20th of an inch. I'm not doing any others. For obvious reasons, I wasn't gonna do it before, but, like, not now. Okay. That was annoying as all crap. Like or dislike as you will. If you subscribe, welcome to the ride. Dodge that's no fun. And, try not to get too frustrated with bad physics games, because this was bullcrappery. Have a nice day. Toodles!